Hello everybody, and welcome to my channel. I hope you're all well, by the way. So I want to talk about Sharia law. I want to talk about how it affects women and it's in what specific countries. So as one of the countries is Afghanistan, there's also Saudi Arabia, Iran, Sudan, and there's also Pakistan. But there are other countries that also have Sharia law. I want to talk about this today because I want to explain to people how it affects women and how their rights are actually taken away. So their freedoms aren't respected. They do have a specific dress code also. They have no protection from violence, forced marriages, in spite of their initial promises to respect women's rights within the framework of Sharia law. The Taliban issued numerous decrees that prevent women and girls from exercising their basic rights to freedom and expression, liberty, work, and education. Afghans who do take to the streets to protest for their rights are being threatened, and women's rights activists report that there has been detention, child marriages, forced marriages, and rapes. And this is what all goes under Sharia law. It's quite sad, really, because when you're in a country and your rights are taken away and you have very limit on what things you can do, it's actually quite sad, really, for the women who can't even who can't even be able to live the normal lives that men do. And I find it really sad that men are able, well, let's say, I think it's the Taliban who are putting this exercise into practice for women. And it's really disgraceful, really, because when you think about it, okay, we have been put on this earth, by God, right, to be able to have freedom, to be able to live as men and women on earth in a peaceful manner, right? And then when man comes onto earth and decides they want to take away the rights of women, and it's really wrong, it's disgraceful, because women should have just as much rights as men. I mean, obviously I do agree that women can't do all the things like men do. Like, for example, you have men who are builders, you have men that do certain work that women can't do, which I understand. I'm not against that. There are certain things that men can't do that women, there's certain things that men can do that women can't do. I totally understand that, and I'm not, you know what I mean? So I do, it's nice for, I'm not saying they're exactly the same, because men and women aren't the same, right? There are certain things women can do that men can't do. Women can have babies, men can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So when, but it's nice for both men and women to be able to have, this expression of, having this freedom and expression of what, not being restricted on things they can say or how they want to dress, that, women shouldn't have to wear these letterbox, outfits where you can just see their eyes. Why are you restricting from what they can wear? I don't get it. I'm completely lost, the worst thing is, right, when a man is a man and can put these rules into place and a woman's a woman, okay, it would be nice to just be able to say, you know what, it'd be nice. I don't believe in reincarnation, but if it ever existed, right, because there's nothing to say that reincarnation is real in the Bible or that it happened. But if it was to happen, right, wouldn't it be nice to be able to say, those men who do all this stuff, to be able to let them feel what it's like to come back as a woman, or allow them to feel what it's like to be a woman, and having to live the life that they took away from that woman, and be able to live that life, right, that they took away from women, and be able to see what it's like to be a woman. Men do put themselves on a pedestal. Not all men, by the way. This isn't to all men, but the ones who do it. Putting themselves on a pedestal and saying, well, I'm the man and you're going to listen to me, right? You're going to do as I say. It's wrong to be able to do this to women. It's so wrong. I don't agree with it. It's wrong. It's, It's inhumane to be able to treat women like that. I'm sorry, it is. It's disgraceful. You know, no woman should have to be restricted or feel like she's forced to get married or forced to do this or forced to do that. You know, no one should be forced. You get married if you want to, you know. Some of these countries, women are forced to get married, you know. Who gives a person a right to tell a woman you're going to be married to this man, you're going to have children with him, and this is your life now for the rest of your life, you know, and not being able to say, no, I want to go to work, I want to be able to have an education. These women have no rights to say that. And it's so wrong because, you know, this is that one life they're going to live here on earth that God's given them. They should be able to choose what they do with that life, you know, without anyone taking it away from them, you know. And this is what I find absolutely disgusting. I don't agree with Sharia law in any country. Would never want it to come to the UK. You know, never would ever want to see Sharia law in the UK. I think Sharia law should be taken away from all countries, to be honest. But that's how it is in their country, you know. But I don't agree with it at all. Anyway, that's all from me today, and thank you for listening, and bye-bye.